All right. You guys know what time it is. You guys know what time it is. That's right. It's Thick Thursday time. Good morning, everyone. It's Thursday, 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 Thursday. Hi. I can. We can do one of these. Good morning, everyone. Hi. Your room looks nice. Thank you. It's nice and clean. Camera's way too big. Sorry. Sorry. Another day. Another day, another way too big camera. I apologize, all right? Hold on, let me fix this. Put one of these here. Yes, good.
By the time we are the next hop, the vault shall be within you.
Oh, let's pull this bad boy here. Yes, good. All right. Good morning, everyone. I hope you guys are all having a great Thursday so far. We have a lot of stuff to get to. Very, very exciting. Are you back to Thursday to Monday? No more weeks straight denims? Yeah, probably not. Probably not. Probably not. You paint that back wall purple, or am I tripping? I did paint it purple. It is purple. But let me put this here. So, first and foremost, isn't it great that the US just constantly escalates in the war over and over again, and then we just blame Iran and say that they're being aggressive for no reason? Don't you guys like that aspect of being an American? Because I like it. I also like when all of our gas prices go all the way up because oh, we have to protect the pedophiles. Yeah. Woo! Yay. Is that a Kirk for me shirt? Shut up. Imagine Kirk for me. I don't know if you guys saw, I also have some great fun news for today. Um, Someone scammed a bunch of right-wingers out of like 30 grand of like merch and maybe it was crypto or something. And then made a video mocking them. Dude, these people are like, they are straight up like cattle. I just don't have any words. I just don't. I need to see that. Oh, don't worry, I will. And then I kind of wanted to briefly talk about the Cat Abu loss. Very sad, unfortunately. But we've got a lot of fun stuff to get to. So, and then maybe if we have time, I don't know, just for funsies, I want to watch the Spider-Man trailer with you guys. I saw it and it looks really fun. All right. Close. Oh yeah, more AI videos. I don't know if you guys saw the Mike Huckabee one. Haha. Yeah, Mamdani wasn't in the trailer. I don't know what they're doing. Well, under Mamdani's America, criminals are, or sorry, America, New York, criminals are too afraid to do any criminaling. So it's too safe. Spider-Man isn't even needed. That's the bad timeline. Can we look at the DLSS for 5 AI for fun? Oh, dude, stop. Dude, stop. Okay, someone pointed out that in the coffee shop video, the pocket goes up as he puts his hand in it. Oh yeah, we showed that already yesterday. Yes, not yesterday, a couple days ago. But let's right after I Perfect. 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 Yes, good. Good, yes. All right. Pull this up here. I saw something that I'm going to show you guys later. All right, let's start on a good note, chat. The video I was talking about. TikToker posed as a Trump fan and scammed MAGA followers out of $30,000. He then made a video mocking Trump and Charlie Kirk. Whatever you think is going to be in this video,
I scammed MAGA for 30 bands. I got the money and ran. Charlie Kirk is dead now, so we clap our hands and we do the money dance. Trump's a homosexual, Trump is a faggot for beefing with Iran. Why you trying to bomb Iran? I scammed MAGA for 30 bands. I got the money and ran. Charlie Kirk is dead now, so we clap our hands.
I mean, frick MAGA. Hugh Preston garnered tens of thousands of dollars from voters with a deceptive tweet. She does not regret her ethical scam. How many of those companies that sell like MAGA merch don't even give a single shit about MAGA? They're like, this is for the Patriots. Do you guys remember the Patriot phone? It's just a normal shitty phone. It's just a shittier phone. It's not even a normal phone. Do you guys remember Patriot beer? There was a fake Build the Wall GoFundMe that was a scam too. Trump burger when? Charlie has been trying for months to get the Trump phone. That was supposed to come out last summer. Hate to see it. You hate to see it. About to start selling MAGA merch to dumb people to help me out of my paycheck to paycheck life. Hey, I mean, I think that that's pretty ethical. All right, go for it. I think it's only fair. Americans vote in a terrible politician that makes all of our lives worse, and then they personally fund the bad decisions that they made. And drinking my Patriot beer while watching Denims on my Patriot phone. So much winning right now. Oh, I've seen women on TikTok say they make stupid amounts of money having MAGA men pay them to degrade them and then be dommy mommy. What the fuck, dude? Steve Bannon actually pled guilty to the fraud in the wall scheme. So it's over, huh? It's just, I like how everyone in the government is just a complete fraudster and it doesn't matter at all. It literally doesn't matter at all. Nothing is ever going to happen to any of these people, even though they're all fraudsters. It's like, okay, you know what, man? You know what, man? Sure. You know what? Sure. Why not? Why not? I were talking about the Trump phone at first, but I do remember the Patriot phone. Yeah, no, the Patriot phone was like... Here, let me pull it up. Is this the one? I think this is the one. There was a trailer.
In a world where privacy is more valuable than ever, we introduce the Patriot phone. The smartphone that puts you in control. Designed for simplicity and security, the Patriot phone offers everything you need and nothing you don't. No internet, no social media, no Google Play services, making it perfect for adults, kids, and everyone in between. And above all, no background listening. Just the essentials. 64 gigabyte storage, amazing 13 megapixel triple camera, super high capacity battery with up to 15 days of standby time, and extremely...
I like that they tried to pretend to market the phone as though it wouldn't be filled with like security bugs. They were like, we swear we won't listen in on this phone. Also 64 gigs for what if you have no apps?
Tough, waterproof, military-grade construction. While the Patriot phone still
military-grade construction.
has your standard calling and texting features, it also offers our exclusive encrypted talk and text app called Patriot Mode, which you can
just have WhatsApp.
Use to securely connect with other Patriot phone users, keeping your conversations private, secure, and away from prying eyes. It's time to join the revolution.
I'm going Patriot mode. Patriot mode, you actually send all of your data directly to the NSA. It just forwards everything you send in Patriot mode directly to the NSA.
Take your online freedom back and reclaim your privacy and peace of mind. Enjoy a simpler, safer mobile experience. Visit thepatriotphone.com today. The Patriot Phone. Your privacy, our mission.
I'm pretty sure people bought this, by the way. Use code January 6th for a free Ring camera with purchase. Like I said, I'm pretty sure the saddest part is that people did in fact purchase this. They were like, oh my God, soy, it's gonna keep me safe and private. I need this. So my bitch ex-wife finally realizes that I deserve to have the kids. The phone memories for taking pictures of children. I mean, definitely not for the Epstein class. Haha. Haha. Moist Critical ordered one. He said he still hasn't gotten it yet. Real patriotism takes time. All right. Like, dude, these people, do you guys remember Patriot beer? Patriot beer. Oh, it's pulling up like this other trash. It was like after Bud Light had the audacity to have one trans woman ever. I can't find it. Oh man, it's fine. It doesn't matter. Patriot beer guaranteed to have never been touched by a trans person ever, except all the ones that did. I can't wait for Patriot Ozempic. Yes. Wasn't it like $30 for a 6-pack? I'm pretty sure that's pretty generous. I think it was worse than that. I'm pretty sure it was even worse than that. Don't forget Hulk Hogan's Real American Beer. Oh, God, yes. I forgot about that. I've never seen this intro in my life. Fox News. Oh, okay.
It doesn't matter who you are, what your sex is, race, color, creed, what you believe in. This is for real Americans, and that's what we all are. You know, I've been doing the entertainment business and the media stuff for well over 40 years. So, you know, once you're in that zone, you kind of look for openings and opportunities. And I've always said maybe once or twice in a lifetime, a wild, wild west deal will come along, such as the George Foreman Grill, where our agent, Sam Perlmutter, called me and George, but he called me first. I was picking up my kids, so he called George after he called me, and George...
Is this guy actually saying this is just a business opportunity and this is a really good one for me?
Picked a grill. I got the blender that wouldn't even work. So that's one of those wild, wild west deals that lives on forever. It's a multi-billion-dollar type deal. All of a sudden, I was at a convention with my partner, Chad, and I read name tags and shake hands, and the guy had passed blue ribbon, vice president. I said, oh man, my dad used to drink that beer. We got in a beer conversation. I said, I got this crazy idea for a beer. I see the whole country being divided and diverse. I see this
crazy idea that no one's ever thought about. What if instead of being divided, we weren't through beer? Explaining something to an American. How about America beer?
Opening like the Red Sea part.
What about like united we stand? Divided we fall. I just came up with that off the top of my head right now, really quickly.
Party, you know, with everybody's on one side, everybody's on the other side. But I get an idea for a beer that it doesn't matter if you're a Republican, you're a Democrat, it doesn't matter.
Do beers normally care what your political affiliation is before you drink them? I've never had this experience ever. I'm pretty sure every time I've ever cracked open a beer, it's been fine. I can't remember the last time I opened a beer and it was like, whoa, 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 whoa. You don't get to drink me. I see those commie eyes. You don't get to fucking drink me. I don't think that's happened to me yet. I don't think so.
What sex you are, doesn't matter what race you are, where you're from, what you believe in. I've got a beer that's going to bring America back together. One beer at a time, and it's called Hulk Hogan's Real American Beer, brother. In the wrestling business, we try to take care of each other's bodies, but sometimes it gets a little crazy. And when it gets a little crazy, you have an unwritten law that you go out to the ring and straighten it out. But for me, I hated confrontations. So I said, hey, man, let's sit down and talk over a beer or something. So the idea came from that. Sitting down with a wrestler, having a beer, talking a lot. You know, we had a lot in common, and that would usually calm the
Before Hulk Hogan, nobody ever said, hey, let's talk it over a beer. It's never happened before.
savage beast. And I feel the same way about this country and this whole world. We are more alike.
And yes, this is a Fox News ad for this fucking beer.
Then we are different. But we really need to sit down and have a conversation. So that's why Hulk Hogan's Real American Beer.
You know, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think I'm at all alike to Hulk Hogan. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm pretty sure I have less in common than it with Hulk Hogan than literally anyone else.
Your brother is going to bring America back together one beer at a time. People are tired of being separated. People are tired of being divisive. You know, we all want the same thing. We all want a good life. We want our family, our friends. We want to have the borders closed. We want peace in the Middle East. We want food in the grocery store to be reasonable, that we can afford it. We want to make sure we don't.
And that's why we voted Republican. Amen. Hulk Hogan, yes. We want all these things, so we vote for the party that will literally never do them. Yeah, we're actually all exactly like Hulk Hogan. Christ, dude. What were the comments like for this? I'm checking the local store tomorrow. Say anything about the taste, quality, or price. Taste matter more than label. This is, oh my god. There's like only one person who's a human being in these comments. Hulk Hogan must need a lot of money. This. Alright, that's enough of that. Gotta shut down. We have to shut down Hulk Hogan until we figure out what the fuck is going on, guys. I'm sorry. We have to. So, quick question, chat. Is Netanyahu actually dead? You guys see this? Netanyahu posted a video of him with Mike Huckabee joking that he only has 5 fingers, saying that he has a punch card of people he's wiping out in Iran. He's Netanyahu now.
I wanted you to know the president asked me to come and make sure you were okay.
Yes, Mike. Yes, I'm alive.
I checked that, and I'm happy to see that. But he wanted to make sure because, you know, you guys get along too well.
I know, and we shake hands with 5 fingers in each hand. You know, but I have to tell you, I'm alive, but I have this card.
Oh.
And yeah, don't read it. So it's a punch card.
Mm-hmm.
Today I erased 2 names on the punch cards, and you see how many more to go on this batch.
You know what the good news is? My name is not on the punch card.
Your name is on the list of the good guys.
Thank you.
And
The list of the good guys.
And what the president, the U.S. forces are doing is incredible. We're very proud to stand shoulder to shoulder with them. And getting rid of these lunatics who would like to develop nuclear weapons and the means to deliver them to every American city after wiping out Israel. They ain't going to do that. We're wiping them out.
I love it. Thank you, Mr. Prime Minister. Good to see you.
Thank you, Mike.
Thanks. Take care.
Thank you.
Which would be fine and dandy and everything, but like, just one quick little question. Where is it? What is this? Dude, he literally transformed on camera, lol. Either AI, B, shapeshifter, or it's totally normal for a head to reshape itself. Uh-huh. Huh? Gensu question mark? So, really quickly. I feel like it's more likely than not that Netanyahu's just sitting in a bunker and he actually thinks that Iran's intelligence is so good that he's too afraid to fly out of the country, or he doesn't want to look like a bitch who left the country. That's it. Those are the only options, I think. Or he died, but I don't think he died. You guys know how I feel about this. I don't think evil people die early, ever. Oh, this is the real footage, actually.
Well, Mr. Prime Minister, I wanted you to know the president asked me to come and make sure you were okay.
Yes, Mike. Yes, I'm alive.
Well, Mr. Prime Minister, I wanted you to know
Well, that settles it. $10 more billion. $10 trillion to Israel. It's only fair. It's only fair. All right? In my opinion, it is only fair. I also wanted to show you guys this. You guys see new Dune movies coming out? Greetings to the Dune Nation. Assalamu alaikum. Arrakis. Can I admit something to all of you? There is one meme format that I really like, but before I get to show you all the meme format, you guys see this post? Ben Shapiro is celebrating Joe Kent's resignation, saying that the U.S. cannot have people like him anywhere near power while backing Israel. He slammed Kent's resignation letters as full-blown conspiracy, accusing him of blaming Israel for dragging America toward war with Iran.
That is conspiracy trash. It's also kind of strange since President Trump has said that it's conspiracy trash. So apparently, Trump is so deeply enthralled to those strange, powerful American lobbies. We're not going to say it. That he apparently has been so bamboozled by them that he's still under the impression that he's his own man. But here's the thing. President Trump is his own man. He makes his own decisions. And as per our usual arrangement, Trump's critics are cowards who are simply unwilling to acknowledge that Trump is the one making the call. But Joe Kent continued, quote, early in this administration, high-ranking Israeli officials and influential members of the American media deployed a misinformation campaign that wholly undermined your America First platform and sowed pre-war sentiments to encourage a war with Iran. This echo chamber was used to deceive you into believing that Iran posed an imminent threat to the United States and that should you strike now, there was a clear path to a swift victory. This was a lie and is the same tactic the Israelis used to draw us into the disastrous Iraq war that cost our nation the lives of thousands of our best men and women. Again, the idea here seems to be that President Trump is a moron, misled
No.
into war by nefarious Israelis and unnamed influential members of the American media. Don't say it. Again, apparently, President Trump has no agency and no thoughts. Kent's letter is replete with this conspiratorial idiocy, including, as we just saw, the idea that it was Israel that forced the original Iraq war, an idea totally and utterly unsupportable by any evidence, given the fact that the actual prime minister of Israel at the time, Ariel Sharon, opposed the Iraq war. This stuff is brain rot. Now listen, we should all be thankful for Joe Kent's long and honorable military service. We can also be glad that he's leaving, since his ideology is the same as that of Tucker Carlson, the guy who says that the war is disgusting and evil and who has been busy sexting with the mullahs. Tucker Carlson calls Kent a person.
You don't want to potentially, I don't know, talk about anyone in power, a pedophile maybe? No.
Personal friend and, quote, the bravest man I know. Frankly, I think that it is a good thing that Kent is not in this position. We cannot have a director of counterterrorism who is somehow advocating preemptive surrender to the world's leading state sponsor of terrorism in the middle of a war.
I just want to show you all. So for anyone who missed it, Joe Kent resigned. After much reflection, I've decided to resign from my position as director of the National Counterterrorism Center effective today. I cannot in good conscience support the ongoing war in Iran. Iran posed no imminent threat to our nation. It's clear that we started this war due to pressure from Israel and its powerful American lobby. It's been an honor to serve under POTUS and Gabbard and leading the professionals at NCTC. May God bless America. And it goes on to say, I cannot in good conscience support the ongoing war in Iran. Iran posed no imminent threat to our nation. It's clear that we started this war due to pressure from Israel and its powerful American lobby. I supported the values and foreign policies that you campaigned on in 2016, 2020, 2024, which you enacted in your first term. Until June of 2025, you understood that wars in the Middle East were a trap that robbed America of precious lives of our patriots and depleted the wealth and prosperity of our nation. In your first administration, you understood better than any modern president how to decisively apply military power without getting the U.S. drawn into never-ending wars. You demonstrated this by killing Qasem Soleimani and by defeating ISIS. Defeating ISIS is just when you say you defeated ISIS, I guess. Early in this administration, high-ranking Israeli officials and influential members of the American media deployed a misinfo campaign that wholly undermined your America First platform and sowed pro-war sentiments to encourage a war with Iran. This echo chamber was used to deceive you, as if he's a child, into believing that Iran posed an imminent threat to the United States and that, should you strike now, there was a clear path to swift victory. This was a lie and is the same tactic that Israelis used to draw us into the disastrous Iraq war that cost our nation the lives of thousands of our best men and women. We cannot make this mistake again. As a veteran who deployed to combat 11 times and as a Gold Star husband who lost my beloved wife Shannon in a war manufactured by Israel, I cannot support sending the next generation off to fight and die in a war that serves no benefit to the American people nor justifies the cost of American lives. I pray that you will reflect upon what you were doing in Iran and who you were doing it for. The time for bold action is now. You can reverse course and chart a new path for our nation, or you can allow us to slip further toward decline and chaos. You hold the cards. It was an honor to serve in your administration and to serve our great nation. Can I be honest with you all for a moment? This gives the same energy as like Ethan Klein saying that he was groomed by Hassan. he liked liberals. How could he have known? He was just a 40-year-old minor. How could you expect him to not know that Hassan hates liberals? Can I believe that I have to say, out of all the things in the Amon animation video, because most of them are good, out of all the ones that really hit that I feel like no one ever talks about, it's the part where he's like, I'm beginning to suspect that my co-host hates liberals, and it's Hassan saying how much he hates liberals. If I can find it, it's so good. Here it is. I'm sorry. Why are you laughing? You know Hassan attended the Oscars? Did anyone watch the content nuke? I just nobody care.
Oh, hi there. It's me, your old friend, Ethan Klein. It's been a while since we've last spoken. In that time, I've had 3 kids, all boys. I've lost 100 pounds, and I've pissed off 75% of the internet. Probably a lot of you guys too. I started a show a couple of years ago with my acquaintance, Hassan Piker, the Leftovers podcast, which we made broadly to goof on the antics of the right. And we went on making the show for about 2 years, and everything was good. Everyone was having fun, the audience was having fun, no problem. That was until this happened.
From the river to the sea essentially means the state of Israel is going bye-bye.
And over time, I started to learn that my co-host, he really likes terrorists.
I started to wonder if I had any idea who this guy actually is.
And then I had a terrifying vision. Had I been duped? Was Hassan presenting a Trojan horse to my community, where he was just a left-leaning Democrat like myself, and as he said in the previous video, was funneling them into radicalization and turning them against me?
Liberals are some of the easiest to manipulate people on the fucking planet, dude.
I learned how much he hates liberals.
Dude, I hate liberals, dude. I hate them. I hate them so viciously.
Did he secretly despise me this whole time?
I'm sorry, dude. I hate liberals so much.
Did this man sit next to me for 2 years and pretend to be my friend? What else is someone this sociopathic capable of?
Liberals are some of the easiest to manipulate people on the fucking planet.
Anyways, the whole video is good. God, dude. The long con. Alright, sorry. It's giving the same energy. It's like, poor little Trump at 80 years old was duped. He was tricked. Boozled. How could you just clearly don't understand that you're being duped. Like, What? Anyways, you guys see that? Going back to the homepage on Twitter is always a scary thing. You never know what's going to show up. Ooh, almost. Second there. That's not what I wanted to show. I wanted to show this. You guys see the Candace Owens response? Candace Owens podcast Twitter responding to Ben Shapiro. Admit Epstein worked for Mossad or be Jamaican. Ben Shapiro.
And if you look at your 1 minute, man, I little lions out. Hear me, I say, look. But we not give a F and we not give a Ross claw. Bedroom bully, make the sitting talk. Big dirty bass, that one you fully like a hoodie pussy blood claw. You know we fully dog.
I really like this meme format. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. The Candace podcast. Pure gold. Oh my god. Pure gold. Okay. All right. Unrealistic Denims eyebrows. They're too thin. That's true. That is true. True. You have to understand that Ben Shapiro, every time he lies, his eyebrows get bigger. And when he tells truths, his eyebrows get smaller. He's just been doing a lot of lying recently, but he undid it a little bit by telling the truth a couple times, I guess, on some of the podcast episodes that he did. Oh, all right. Moving on, though. I wanted to shift gears into this part here. Jesus. Oh, God, I totally forgot about this. Not this, sorry. Oh, actually, I don't want to shift gears. I wanted to show you guys some more of the Joe Kent stuff first.
Was Iran on the verge of getting a nuclear weapon?
No, they weren't, 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, we saw this glacier, the slider. We did, in fact, see this.
These are facts, and facts don't care about your feelings. These are facts, and facts don't care about your feelings.
This started, and they weren't in June either.
The president's former top counterterror official is doubling down on claims he made in his resignation letter yesterday, where he argued Iran posed no imminent threat to the United States. Now the administration disputes what Joe Kent is alleging. But as for who had the president's ear before the war began, Kent has said some voices within the administration were shut out from the decision making.
A good deal of key decision makers were not allowed to come express their opinion to the president. There was robust debate and robust discussions.
Thank you for somebody else. Thank you, somebody else. Somebody else said it. Is this Clavicular's dad? It looks like if you mix Clavicular with something else.
Leading up to the 12-day war into Midnight Hammer. But this second round, to me, and I'm sure others will refute this and disagree with me, but what was conducted by just a handful of advisors around the president.
Joining me now, former advisor to Vice President Mike Pence and Homeland Security Advisor during Trump's first term, Olivia Troy. She also worked at the National Counterterrorism Center. Also here, former senior communications aide Lindsey Graham and Mike Pompeo, T.W. Origi. Glad to have both of you here. I'll begin with you, Olivia, because you resigned from the first Trump.
Something else? I mean, it kind of is giving like Elvin, no? Am I the only person that sees it? Am I the only person that sees Elvin? Like between the fucking sideburns and the ears? Is it not giving? Like a loss? Yeah. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I kind of see it. Yeah. Elvin? Like an elf? I guess elvish. Sorry. Excuse me. I'm sorry for being disrespectful and non-inclusive of elvish language. My apologies.
Because you resigned from the first Trump administration.
I thought Elvin was a word. I thought you could say Elvin, like E-L-V-E-N. No, you said it right? Oh, okay. All right. Damn, you guys are outwoking me, but too hard.
I wonder if you're surprised by Kent's comments that key decision makers, that's his phrase, could not voice their opinions to Trump.
I found that interesting. I think, to me, this is kind of classic Trump circles, the way it works when you're making important decisions. Sometimes people are in the room, sometimes get excluded out of the room, depending on who's pushing what viewpoint. And what opinion or fallout, viewpoint they want. So to hear someone like that say that on who wasn't in the room when you're making such a critically important decision on whether you're going to engage in conflict, global conflict, to me, that's appalling, because you would think that you would want all the voices in the room to really debate such an issue and inform the president on all of the options and the repercussions of certain actions that you're going to take.
That's the point of a cabinet. Whether he takes the advice is a different story as commander-in-chief. But I want to play more of what Kent is claiming about whether this indeed was an imminent threat. Listen.
There was no intelligence that said, hey, on whatever day it was, March 1st, the Iranians are going to launch this big sneak attack. They're going to do some kind of a 9/11 Pearl Harbor, et cetera. They're going to attack one of our bases. There was none of that intelligence. Again, back to what we know about the Iranians, they're very, very deliberate with the escalation ladder. And again, they're only deliberate under President Trump's leadership because they knew and they took President Trump very, very seriously.
Do you see?
I think if you take Trump seriously, you should be exploded.
This as his claims directly undermining what the administration has said.
I don't know. Look, Joe Kent is a combat veteran. He has earned the right to speak freely, and he can resign if he wants. That is fine. But as the previous guest pointed out, the Iranian threat has always been imminent. They act on it all the time. And I'm not really sure in the phraseology. This is, by the way, a gentleman who advocated for taking out their nuclear sites and their missile depots, who advocated this when he was running for office. But I quarrel with the idea of what does an imminent nuclear threat look like? Are we waiting for the bomb to be on the launcher before we...
Are we serious right now? Is this, sorry, I must be reading this wrong. Am I Gavin Newsom? Am I dyslexic? Because I thought I clicked on a video that said CNN, and I thought it says right here, I must be dyslexic, this must say Fox News. I must be mistaken. Where are we waiting for them to put the nukes on the warheads? Is that what we're really saying? Are we serious right now?
Decide to take action.
Oh no, it just says CIA in a weird font. Oh.
The fact of the matter is, Steve Witkoff was told directly by the Iranians that they had 1,000 pounds or more, 400 something kilograms of enriched uranium that were a hint away from being able to be put on a weapon. And that they...
That's like, okay. I love the idea that you can just take enriched material, just slap it on a bomb, just slap it on like a normal like rocket, and that's it. And that's it. I love the way that we mainstream media just talks about nuclear weapons. You just can take like some fucking uranium and just like smear it on just like a normal rocket, and you're like, done. That's it. That we're good. That's how nukes work. That's how the nukes work. That's it. I mean, that's a dirty bomb. Sure, that's not nuclear weapons in the way that we talk about nuclear weapons. When we talk about nuclear weapons and we talk about mutually assured destruction, we're not talking about, I don't know, what you would describe as like war crimes.
They had the inalienable right to enrich uranium. So the fact of the matter is, this is a president who has made decisive action to bring Iran to its weakest point, to disrupt its proxies, to bring the Gulf states into a coalition with the Abraham Accords, and to bring the Middle East to a new chapter. This was absolutely the right time to act, and I'm sort of surprised that Joe Kent doesn't have the foresight to see that.
And yet, according to that lie, every single day of the Trump administration would have been a day that he could have proclaimed imminence. Even after last year, we were told that it had been obliterated in terms of the ability to have, at least in the short term, to have that nuclear capability. But this idea of having dissenting voices, or who could provide alternate information, I mean alternate facts, I mean information of the intelligence community. Olivia, I mean, Trump has been quick to dismiss him, saying that he wasn't smart, he wasn't savvy, for not believing that Iran posed a threat. But
they were at like 30%. I'm pretty sure you need at least 70%. I saw at the lowest number 60%, and they were nowhere near that. And Iran had previously agreed to, one, giving up their nuclear materials, and two, for lasting peace in the region, and also two, the nuclear treaty that we had with Iran allowed for investigation of facilities, and it wasn't just like self-reporting. It wasn't like Iran was going to be like, don't worry, we still don't have any nukes. The treaty allowed us to go in there and investigate and ensure that they didn't have any nukes, and that they didn't have enriched material that would allow them to build nukes. It was a pretty damn good treaty.
You'll notice that Kent has been very careful to avoid personally attacking Trump, which I found interesting. Listen.
I think we departed personally on good terms. Again, I'm an adult. I understand the way I left and writing the letter, that there's parts of his administration that are going to have to come after me and try and discredit me. I understand that. But I think the president is someone who listens.
Yet he's just talking about people were not comfortable talking to him about this. I mean, this is something that I think you have a very unique perspective in terms of somebody who has voiced and been vocal about things you disagree with in an administration like this. How do you think the MAGA world will see him in this interview?
Well, I think it's part of serving in the Trump administration. When you have an opposing view and you're worried about voicing it because you're going to be shown the door. I mean, we saw Tulsi Gabbard today, and she purposely skipped over parts of her testimony because she's walking a fine line now. Now she has someone that actually is her direct report, right? In the same building, by the way, NCTC exists with GNI, reporting to her saying there was no imminent threat. And she's trying to figure out how she's going to navigate that dynamic when she's handling the president as the head of the intelligence community. So I also thought it was odd that she would take the line of oh, it's up to the president to decide that imminent threat. I'm like, no, it is your job, Tulsi. It is your job. And so I think one question that I have here in this whole situation is,
You mean Tulsi isn't a good fit for any type of security position in the United States because she's been compromised by Putin for how long?
The top counterterrorism official in the Trump administration has just left his slot. That slot is vacant now while we are under severe threat from counterterrorism because of Iran. Here domestically, we're seeing it overseas. Americans are under threat overseas because of the actions of this administration that they've decided to take. And so now we have a void in this slot. So I think, while Joe Kent, look, I believe he was unqualified for the position.
What's his motivation here, you think?
So that's what I'm trying to figure out with him. Like, why this moment to speak out other than, okay, two things can be true, right? He's an extremist and qualified for the job, but also it can also be true that there was no imminent threat and he disagrees and felt like he wanted to come out and make this point of view made, like, publicly.
You already hear about cracks within MAGA.
Incredible. Amazing.
Heard someone yesterday saying that MAGA was dead, that the idea of Trump's America First strategy is not in line with his actions taken in this war. And you see this being vocalized. To look ahead for me as a strategist to the midterms and how this plays out, what do you see for Republicans?
Well, 80-something% of Republicans agree with the president's actions. So I think this MAGA thing is completely overblown. Yes, of course, you have the Marjorie Taylor Greens of the world.
Did he just say 80% of Americans agree with the president? Or did I mishear that? I must have misheard that, right?
80-something% of Republicans.
Oh, of Republicans agree with what specifically?
Agree with the president's actions.
On what? Last I've checked, the polling doesn't show that. Republicans, Iran, war. I mean, just one quick little Google search. Recent polling from IMEU shows that a majority of voters believe that a war with Iran benefits Israel more than the U.S. And here you can see Republicans, 42% of Republicans feel this way. Or sorry, excuse me. 42% of Republicans feel that it benefits the U.S. more. 47% of Republicans feel that it benefits Israel more. And I'm sure that there's polling. Let me do another quick search. That's from 42 minutes ago. Holy shit. I'm sure there's another poll that shows average of 19% of Republicans said that the war would make the U.S. less safe. See if I can find Harry Enton. Oh, thanks. Holy Toledo. Thank you.
Just jump off the screen at you, and this is one of those. Because just take a look here. MAGA GOP view of Trump. Approve 100%. If you are a member of MAGA and the GOP, you approve of Donald John Trump. 0% say that they disapprove. You don't have to be a mathematical genius to know you can't go higher than 100%. He is the 1972 Miami Dolphins. Now, there are some Republicans who disapprove of Donald John Trump, but they are not members of the Make America Great Again movement. The bottom line is this. If you are a member of MAGA,
Trump just said the Dow hit 50K a couple weeks ago. The Dow hit 50,000 a few weeks ago, and you're laughing.
You approve of Donald Trump.
It's interesting, though, because there have been a couple prominent people who have sort of come out online, and they're very mad about.
Wait, is this like from right now? Is there like a live press hearing that I'm missing?
Put U.S. troops or more troops in the region.
No, I'm not putting troops anywhere. If I were, I certainly wouldn't tell you. But I'm not putting troops, and we will do whatever is necessary to keep the price.
Oh my God! I actually, wait, we're missing it. He's live right now.
I thought when I did this, look, the Dow just hit 50,000 a couple of weeks ago. They said that couldn't happen for 4 years. It wouldn't happen in my term. It's such an outrageous thing because I said it would happen. I didn't know it was going to happen that fast, but it just hit 50,000, and we did that in 1 year, not 4. S&P.
The Dow. The Dow. Let me just pull this up really quickly. Here, just want you guys to see, by the way, this is what the 5-year timeline of the Dow looks like. Whoa, crazy. It's almost like it wasn't any particular policy by Trump. Oh my fucking God. Okay, sorry. He's always live. You're right. Right. Wait. Loge.
Jurisdiction. He started it, and it's out of control. It's billions of dollars for a little building. I could have done that building and made it beautiful for $25 million. $25 million, and it would have been beautiful. Look what I've done at the White House, fixing it up, and I mean, the place was in bad shape. You see the floors and everything. It was in bad shape. I could have made that building beautiful for $25 million. They're spending
Lovely piss filter, Mr. President. Why is it so yellow?
$4 billion. All right. So there is criminality. Maybe it's with the contractor, but because I know more about contractors than any human being maybe that's ever lived. But that contractor is a very rich man. Whoever the contractor
any human
is, and we
being
know,
that's ever lived.
But whoever the contractor is an extremely rich man. He's going to make. I mean, he could make millions of dollars. I'm hearing numbers from $3 to $4 billion. That would make it the most expensive building on a square foot basis ever built in history. And you're not even building a building, it's a renovation. The exterior skin is staying, the steel is staying, the structure. So all I want to do is bring out to the public that this guy is an incompetent. He's a very incompetent guy. And he may be a dishonest guy, but somebody's dishonest because there's no way that building can be.
Wants it to be white and gold so bad. Yeah, well, too bad for him. It's black and blue.
Thank you. Mr. President, you just mentioned Japan.
This looks like one of your people right here.
Thank you.
Is he good or bad? Good. Is he a good reporter or bad? You know?
So.
Not a, all right, he looks like a nice guy. Go ahead.
Mr. President, you just mentioned Japan is stepping up. What kind of support do you expect from Japan in the future?
Look, I expect Japan to step up because, we have that kind of relationship. And we step up for Japan. We have 45,000 soldiers in Japan. We spend a lot of money on Japan. And we've had that kind of a relationship. So I expect, I'm not surprised that they would step up. We don't need much. We don't need anything. I mean, honestly.
Even the Japanese Prime Minister has a Mar-a-Lago face. Huge.
We don't need anything from Japan or from anyone else, but I think it's appropriate that people step up. In the case of Japan, I hear they get more than 90% of their oil through the strait. So that's a big.
Here, can I just say really quickly, this is so disrespectful. We give a lot to Japan. First thing and only thing that comes to mind is the fact that we have soldiers stationed in Japan.
To step up. I mean, we've demolished, that country is close to demolished. The only thing is the strait. It's very hard. You could take two people and they could drop little bombs in the water and they're holding things up. We don't want that to happen. But honestly, Japan, China, Europe, parts of Europe, get a lot of their oil through the strait.
I like how the chatters, the right-wing chatters, have gotten so stupid that they don't even bother formulating their own fucking thoughts or sentences. They just copy and paste what Grok told them. Quote, a new analysis from the Media Research Center reveals extreme left Google News displayed a massive bias in political coverage during February. End quote. Listen, man, if you want to be a chatter, you got to write your own messages. This is a level of laziness that you're going to let the AI take away the job of chatters. What the fuck is wrong with you? What is wrong? Like, no, I'm all for work smarter, not harder. This is a level of laziness that I will not allow. I will not allow, first of all, robots to take good, hardworking chatters as jobs. But also, two, I will not allow this type of laziness in here. Write your own damn messages, bro. Oh my God. Christ.
We get none, practically. We're less than 1%. We don't have to be any percent. We don't even, I think we do it just to be nice. But we, think of it, we don't use the strait. We're defending the strait for everybody else. And then in the case of NATO, they don't want to help us defend the strait, and they're the ones that need it. But now they're getting much nicer because they're seeing my attitude. They're getting much nicer. But it's, as far as I'm concerned, it's too late. You know, UK wants to send aircraft carriers now. And I said, I want the aircraft carriers before the war. I don't want them after the war is won. They want to send me aircraft carriers after the war. There's practically nobody to shoot at them. You know, their missile count is down, Pete. Maybe you could discuss it by about 90-something%. The drones are way down, and the factories are being demolished. Maybe.
Yes, sir. Our missiles being shot are down over 90% since the beginning.
No, don't let the alcoholics.
One-way attack drones down 90% since the beginning, which is a reflection of overwhelming firepower. But you mentioned the most important part, Mr. President. Their defense industrial base. If you can't make more of it in the future, then you have a limited supply. And so we're going after all of their...
I know this is such a stupid point. Can I just say really quickly? Having the fucking press conference or this conversation happen in this room with all these people shuffled in to this fucking ugly ass piss yellow room. It's so cringe. It's so cringe. It just looks like the world's worst AA meeting. Please.
Defense contractors that make all of their exquisite weapons and ensuring that even if they wanted to rebuild more launchers or more missiles, they couldn't in the future. And that's a level of devastation for their military that they've never seen before.
So we have, in literally 2 weeks, we've demolished their Navy, their Air Force. All technology is gone. All communication is gone. And all of the leaders are gone. Other than that, they're doing quite well.
Except, I guess, for all of the ones that aren't gone. Okay.
Okay. How about one more question for the prime minister? Let me pick a beautiful-looking person from Japan. A question for the prime minister. Go ahead.
Me?
Yeah. Sure.
Thank you.
Oh, he doesn't believe he's beautiful.
Oh, okay.
He sounded shy.
With
Go ahead,
people,
please.
of course, no, Japan and US are very good friends. But one question: why didn't you tell US allies in Europe and Asia, like Japan, about the war before attacking Iran? So we are very confused about we Japanese citizens.
Well, one thing, you don't want to signal too much. You know?
One question for the Japanese prime minister proceeds to answer for her. I want to pick one beautiful person, and picks a man. You can't make this shit up.
You know, when we go in, we went in very hard, and we didn't tell anybody about it because we wanted surprise. Who knows better about surprise than Japan? Okay? Why didn't you tell me about Pearl Harbor? Okay? Right? You know, he's asking me, do you believe in surprise?
Huh?
Okay, why didn't you tell me about Pearl Harbor? Okay, right? You know, he's asking me, no, you believe in surprise, I think much more so than us. And we had a...
Wait, so you admit it's like Pearl Harbor then? Wait, so we're just gonna straight up admit it. Just a quick Google search. What happened after Pearl Harbor? What did the U.S. justify because of Pearl Harbor? Surely something that the U.S. would justify if Iran did it to the U.S., right? Right?
Surprise, and we did. And because of that surprise, we knocked out, the first 2 days, we probably knocked out 50% of what we, and much more than we anticipated doing. So if I go and tell everybody about it, there's no longer a surprise, right? Okay, one more for the Prime Minister. Are you gonna for the Prime Minister?
Dude, her checking the watch. She wants to get out of this fucking piss room so bad. So bad.
Minister?
Yes,
Go ahead, for the Prime Minister.
Thank you very much. Japan's TJ Press. Japan's biggest concern is China. Now they are giving us export control and very harsh terms to criticize us. So could you plan? Will you plan to bring up relationship between Japan and China while you are there?
Yeah. Well, I'll be going to China very quickly.
Can I get a question for the Prime Minister? Proceeds to answer for her again. What is happening?
But I think I'd really like to have the Prime Minister talk about China because...
Like the last question I understand, because he asked one for her, and then the reporter asked him a question anyways. But like...
I know they have a little bit of an edgy relationship, and I'd just like to know where it stands, how you're doing with China, so please.
Okay.
日本はいつも中国に対してオープンです。会話はオープンにしています。それから冷静に対応しています。でとにかく米中関係も含めてですね、これが地域の安定、それから世界のサプライチェーン、これに貢献するものであることを願っています。日本は常にオープン。
日本
So first of all, Japan has been consistently open to dialogue with China. And also, second, we have been addressing our relations with China in a calm manner. And also speaking of the US-China relationship, my sincere hope is that the relationship will be something conducive for regional security and also ensuring the global supply chain in the world. Once again, I would like to reiterate that Japan has been consistently open to dialogue with China.
And I think we're going to have a great trip. The trip has been postponed for about a month and a half. It's been reset, and we look forward to it. And I'll be speaking Japan's praises when I'm in China with President Xi. But we're going to have some good talks today. And I think mostly about trade, because they want to do a lot of trade. They're a tremendous purchaser of our energy, our oil, gas from, in particular, Alaska. Because Alaska, believe it or not, is very close. It's much closer than any other source. It seems a little cold compared to, but it's just a short trip.
So that's something that we will talk after the press corps leaves.
We'll be discussing trade, and a lot of the talk will be about energy. Thank you very much, everybody.
Believe it or not, Alaska is close to Japan. Have you heard of Pangea? Or the Big Bang? Man. Christ all fucking mighty, dude. Diaper fold. Don't! Need to start having punishments in chat for chatters. I need to set up some fucking labor camps in chat. All right. One diaperful comment gets you sent to the labor camp for 1 week. What about my pancreas? Shut up. Like his goal is to alienate us from all of our allies. Well, I think that that's an unintentional occurrence from the actions. I don't think that's the goal. Yes, I'll take 1 pangria with lime. Oh my God. I thought the goal was to drill, baby, drill. No, it was to dig deeper. What was it? We dig, we must. Yoda, dig, we must. Rock and stone. Shill, baby, shill. No. Shale, baby, shale. All right? Use your brains, chat. Come on, use your brains. I want to show you guys this really quickly. Wait. No, not this. All right, what a shit show. I know I shouldn't be surprised, but man, every single one of these is always a shit show. I guess this one was kind of a piss show. The Dow. All right, going back to our regularly scheduled broadcast.
This war with Iran because he promised no new wars. Is there any sign that people...
Who the fuck? I clicked on a link way earlier and I only looked at it just now. Somebody said, you have to click super important. I wish I could remember who said that so I could fucking ban them. So I could fucking ban them for making me see this and making all of you see this.
If I was dead, would I be able to do this?
Nicki Minaj next week.
People might be leaving MAGA relative to 2024.
Yeah, okay. So, I've said it before, and, the theme of this segment is Tucker Carlson be darned. And when we look at the numbers, I mean, I've heard some people say, oh, you know what, when you look at those MAGA numbers, it doesn't account for those who might have left MAGA. But take a look here. Americans who identify as MAGA, in November of 2024, it was 28% of Americans. Now it's basically the same. If anything, it's slightly higher at 30%. The bottom line is this. The MAGA base within the GOP is not shrinking. It's the same size. If anything, it is slightly larger than it was back in 2024 when, of course, Donald Trump won a second term. So that 100% that Donald Trump has approval among MAGA GOP, that is not an artifact of MAGA shrinking. It's just an indication of how strong Donald Trump's grip is on that MAGA base.
And so I guess that begs the question, what's happening with...
Sorry for anyone who missed it. This is why I said what I said about Nicki Minaj. Nicki Minaj has followed Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu on Twitter/X. She's one line of coke away from a swastika tattoo. Stop.
Inside the GOP, and if there are any splits there, because with those kind of numbers, they're going to want to retain that, right? So they can retain their seats.
Yes. And you know what we're talking about? We mentioned Iran in the intro of this segment. GOP on U.S. military action in Iran. Look at this. In MAGA, it's 90% approval. It's 90% approval, just 5% disapproval. If you disapprove of the job that Donald Trump is doing, the U.S. military action in Iran, and you're a member of the GOP, look at this. It's your non-MAGA. You're non-MAGA. It's 36% there, 54% approve. But the majority of Republicans approve of the job that the U.S. military action is in Iran, and the majority of MAGA, which is the majority of the GOP, very much approve, 90%. Very little split in Donald Trump's base. Those who disapprove in the GOP, simply put,
this is crazy.
They hate MAGA.
It's really clear.
By the way, let's talk about a couple things. First and foremost, GOP on U.S. military action in Iran is very broad. When you ask different questions like how many Americans are in favor of deploying troops in Iran, that number shrinks to like 20% or less. Same thing with Republicans. It's not 54% among Republicans on deploying troops in Iran. It's way, way, way lower. I'll see if I can find those polls. So this guy's saying 80% agree, 80% of Republicans agree with the president's actions is fucking insane.
Well, 80-something% of Republicans agree with the president's actions. So I think this MAGA thing is completely overblown. Yes, of course, you have the Marjorie Taylor Greens of the world, and now the Joe Kents who speak out against any intervention in any country, regardless of the threat they pose. That's always going to exist. But the fact that it's or the idea that it's widespread is completely overblown. Look, this is clearly a different administration in terms of their foreign policy viewpoints than the first time around. And heavy is the head that wears the presidency. And the president needs to, just like Jefferson
Bro wanted to say crown so bad.
Before him, and all preceding presidents have to take the advice of everybody around them, but then finally come to a decision. Jefferson himself, he didn't want a standing army. Next thing you know, we're outfitting ships for Africa. The fact of the matter is, every president takes the incoming information and makes a decision they feel are best. Donald Trump does not want to be another one of the presidents who kicks the Iranian can down the road and believes that we can do it quickly. And what you're seeing in the Straits of Hormuz, what you're seeing with the attacks on their Gulf state partners, this is a telltale sign that I'm sure all the intelligence knew signaled the last throes of this regime. And he wants to make sure that he puts this to bed sooner rather than later.
Wow. We'll see if the American public agrees. If you got to go back to Jefferson for a comparison.
It's been happening.
You got to love that the hosts don't even push it all. There's not even no polls actually say that.
I don't know. I mean,
our entire
been a lot of presidents since Jefferson, but
they've all battled with.
I love the historical reference. I just think maybe a quicker one would be good. Olivia at TW, thank you both.
Mike, I have to come to you because you know what it's like to leave the Trump administration.
Yes,
Okay,
I do.
not an easy decision.
It's
but
not an easy decision to leave any administration.
yes, that's fair. One of the things I noticed between Trump 1 and Trump 2 is that back in the first term, Trump was saying, hey, my intelligence officials are wrong on Iran. They should go back to school. I don't know if anyone remembers way back when him sort of saying this publicly. He didn't agree with them. Is it a surprise that they are, again, the people who are intelligence aren't in the room or don't have his ear?
I actually am, what surprises me and what was my experience is that Trump loves the debate. So to hear Joe Kent say these people weren't in the room,
that there was no debate.
I just don't buy it.
He's saying
I don't buy that
that dissenting opinions were not allowed in the room.
I don't buy that.
Trump literally said he wants to make sure that any news network that covers the Iran war in a negative way gets taken off the air. Hello? He didn't allow the AP reporters to come back into any Trump press conferences anymore because they wouldn't call the Gulf of Mexico the Gulf of America. You can't believe that dissenters wouldn't be allowed. Most recently, Trump, there was this customary, I'm blanking on it. I said ritual, this event where I believe House representatives get together, or maybe it was senators, and Trump said he wanted to prevent all Democrats from going. Are we serious right now? I just want to know, are we serious right now? That we don't believe that Trump would prevent dissenters from being in his cabinet? Was it governors? It was more than just these two. There was a different one. Trump is still expected to meet with governors at the White House on Friday, but the event will not be facilitated by an organization founded more than a century ago to help state leaders from both parties advocate for their interests. The Republican president refused to include Democratic Governor Jared Polis of Colorado and Wes Moore of Maryland, and recently blasted them on social media as not worthy of being there. Governors won't hold meeting with Trump after White House only invited Republicans. The National Governors Association will no longer hold a formal meeting with Trump when the group of these state leaders meet in Washington later this month after the White House planned to only invite Republicans. Yeah, no, Trump famously loves when people criticize him, actually.
Okay. I actually think that is most likely not true. That is not my experience. Now, does Trump decide to go?
My experience as a dedicated Trump dick rider is that he tends to like me there.
his own way? Yeah, absolutely. But not having people in the room? I mean, this guy would, any random person walking into the room, the president would ask the most detailed, like, hey, what do you think about invading Iran?
Okay,
I mean,
well,
literally people that had no business giving him an answer, he would ask that question. So this Joe Kent stuff, it doesn't ring true to my ears.
Also, if this guy had a real problem, he should be talking to Congress, not on Tucker Carlson's show, spilling the state secrets here.
Yes.
So, I mean, he is known to be a conspiracy theorist who travels in conspiracy theories. So it's not saying what he's saying is not true. It should be investigated, but Congress should be the ones looking into that and asking these questions.
Can I ask about that? Because Democrats are kind of embracing it or trying to pull like a broken clock situation. Like, I don't like this guy, but. And I saw Senator Mitch McConnell in a social media post basically saying that Kent's resignation reflected virulent anti-Semitism, and that
didn't bring up Jewish people once, by the way. Literally didn't bring up Jewish people once, by the way.
That he talks about it, him being a guy who traffics in baseless and incendiary conspiracies, and don't believe this guy is some truth teller. That's from Mitch McConnell. So what do Democrats do with this information that they want to use, that they want to talk about, but it comes from, let's call a flawed messenger?
Yeah, I think that's right. I think it is a flawed messenger, but that's why you bring him up to Congress and you ask him questions there. And
Under oath.
And under oath, and they ask these questions there. But the fact that the podcast bros and all these other people online are platforming this person who is a known conspiracy theorist and anti-Semite, you don't give him a platform. You ask him questions under oath and you ask what he knows. But you don't take what he says on Tucker Carlson and then...
You don't give him a platform? Huh? What exactly was giving him what? I'm sorry. So his previous job was not giving him a platform. It was going on Tucker Carlson that was giving him a platform. You just can't make this shit up. You just Trump literally appointed him. Well, when Trump appointed him, he wasn't giving him a platform. It was when Tucker Carlson had him on. That's amazing. That is actually incredible. I wonder why people don't like mainstream media anymore.
Do it in truth. And that's why people think the Democrats have Trump derangement syndrome, because they just grasp onto anything that disagrees and adds to their messaging. And that's not the way this works. What he's saying could absolutely be true, but we don't know that. And he is a very flawed messenger.
Here's my very detailed analysis of this.
Oh boy.
What she said.
Oh, for sure. Then I guess we shouldn't trust any of the victims that come out about pedophilia on Epstein. Right? Because they're all flawed messengers, because all of them have, psychological problems from, allegedly being tortured and raped. But, what do we know? From being trafficked allegedly as minors, allegedly. So, but they're all flawed messengers. So how do we know that the Epstein survivors don't have Trump derangement syndrome? Did we consider that for a moment? Oh, right. Yeah. Okay. Incredible. Nothing bad can happen. It can only good happen. Trump being his usual self. Dude, we just saw this. We just saw the Pearl Harbor thing. Sometimes when I watch this shit live, I'm like, have I gone insane? I just want to know, did I lose my mind? Did I lose my mind?
Japan and US are very good friends. But one question, why didn't you tell US allies in Europe and Asia, like Japan, about the war before attacking Iran? So we are very confused about we Japanese citizens.
Well, one thing you don't want to signal too much. When we go in, we went in very hard, and we didn't tell anybody about it because we wanted surprise. Who knows better about surprise than Japan? Okay? Why didn't you tell me about Pearl Harbor? Okay? Right? He's asking me. No, you believe in surprise, I think, much more so than us. And
you can literally hear the groaning in the room when he says that. yeah, I just think time to hang it up, boys. Joe Kent is a total piece of crap. I've seen the people he hangs out with. They're bad people. That said, he is 100,000% diehard MAGA and Trump. So seeing all these GOP attack him makes me instantly think the words in his resignation were very real. Well, I'm sorry, like going from pointing and glazing the shit out of Joe Kent to this guy is a total scam. He's anti-Semitic. He is, which he might be anti-Semitic. I don't know all of the tidbits and lore. If he is, he'd fit right in with the rest of the right-wingers, honestly. He can't be trusted. Nothing he says can be trusted. Like literally, they went from glazing to besmirching his character immediately. And the Republicans don't give a shit about anti-Semitism. Are you fucking kidding me? They don't. If they cared, they wouldn't have so many fucking Nazis in their party. Hello? They don't give a fuck about that. If he was so bad, why was nothing ever said before he resigned? Well, because he was serving all their interests. Well, before that, he was serving Republican interests. So it was fine. So it was actually okay. And then the second he criticizes Trump once for saying, I don't think this Iran war is a good idea. I don't think this Iran war is a great idea, guys. Suddenly, all of these things that they had no problem with for years and years and years and years are now a problem. Oh, okay. Okay. I wanted to show. The other thing that's crazy is that I feel like it's really hard for the US to manufacture consent when Iran has been pretty, since I would say, since the treaty was ripped up, the Iran nuclear deal was ripped up, Iran has been pretty reasonably consistent, predictable, and reasonable and measured. Despite them being attacked multiple times in the middle of negotiation talks, and despite attacks, unprovoked attacks, they have not gone further than they have said that they would go consistently. So, for example, I'm sure many of you guys saw this, or we watched this live, this part. They weren't supposed to go after all these other countries in the Middle East. They hit Qatar, Saudi Arabia, UAE, Bahrain, Kuwait. Nobody expected that. We were shocked.
In the last 2 weeks, they weren't supposed to go after all these other countries in the Middle East. Those missiles were set to go after them. So they hit Qatar, Saudi Arabia, UAE, Bahrain, Kuwait. Nobody expected that. We were shocked. And power. Look what happened. In the last 2 weeks, they weren't supposed to go after all these other countries in the Middle East. Those missiles.
Meanwhile, 9 days before the U.S.-Israeli sneak attack, Iran publicly warned that if it were attacked, all bases, facilities, and assets of the hostile force in the region would constitute legitimate targets. Here's the letter they sent to the UN, dated February 19, 2026. In the event that it is subjected to military aggression, Iran will respond decisively and proportionately in the exercise of its inherent right of self-defense under Article 51 of the Charter of the United Nations. In such circumstances, all bases, facilities, and assets of the hostile force in the region would constitute legitimate targets in the context of Iran's defensive response. The United States would bear full and direct responsibility for any unpredictable and uncontrolled consequences. Oh, you mean so they're doing literally exactly what they said they would do? Trump called Iran's bluff and they had a full house. I mean, I wanted to pull this up with you guys, or for you guys really quickly as well. I'm not sure how many of you guys saw this. NVIDIA CEO says he is 100% committed to Israel and will have staff there for a very long time. Islamic Republic of Iran, obliterate NVIDIA's executive leadership and my Steam library is yours. You mean to tell me that all of these companies, especially the ones that provide military assistance to the United States, would be legitimate targets? Whoa, whoa. It's almost like Iran said that they would target legitimate targets. Okay. No, for sure, for sure. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. So I'm not sure how many of you guys saw, this is recently breaking news. Refinery in Haifa was attacked. Oh, let me pull it up. Trump made a post last night that Israel bombed gas fields without telling him. Statement from President Trump on South Pars gas field. Israel, out of anger for what has taken place in the Middle East, has violently lashed out at a major facility known as South Pars gas field in Iran. A relatively small section of the whole has been hit. The United States knew nothing about this particular attack, and the country of Qatar was in no way, shape, or form involved with it, nor did it have any idea it was going to happen. Unfortunately, Iran didn't know this, or any of the pertinent facts. Why would it matter? Can I just ask a quick question? Why the fuck would that matter? The U.S. is allied and consistently says that Israel is its strongest ally and they will defend them and protect them forever, no matter what. He's mad that he didn't get to see the boom boom. Just something to say. Let's see here. No more attacks will be made by Israel. Netanyahu's laughing his ass off if he's alive. Pertaining to this extremely important and valuable South Pars field, unless Iran unwisely decides to attack a very innocent, or in this case, Qatar, in which instance the United States of America, with or without the help or consent of Israel, will massively blow up the entirety of the South Pars gas field. Huh? Wait, I'm sorry. Being upset that Israel bombed South Pars means that the U.S. will blow it up harder? Oh, okay. At an amount of strength and power that Iran has never seen or witnessed before, I do not want to authorize this level of violence and destruction because of the long-term implications that it will have on the future of Iran. But if Qatar's LNG is attacked again, I will not hesitate to do so. Thank you for your attention to this matter. Oh, okay. Israel's only doing a relatively small section. Trump is saying he'll do the rest. But wait, this is reporting that an F-35 was shot down? Uh-oh. A U.S. F-35 fighter jet damaged by suspected Iranian fire makes an emergency landing at a U.S. airbase in the Middle East, sources say. Uh-oh. Minus $10 billion. Fighter jet made an emergency landing at a U.S. airbase in the Middle East after it was struck by what is believed to be Iranian fire. According to two sources familiar with the matter, Captain Tim Hawkins, a spokesperson for the U.S. Central Command, said the first-generation stealth jet was, not so stealth after all, was flying a combat mission over Iran when it was forced to make an emergency landing. Aircraft landed safely, pilot is in stable condition. This incident is under investigation. This incident would be the first time Iran has hit a U.S. aircraft in the war that started in late February. Do you guys remember when there was like the day that Iran was preemptively attacked by the U.S. and Trump called it a war? I put in my title War with Iran, and there were chatters being like, I don't know if you know this, but only Congress has the right to start a war. I don't know if this stupid streamer knows this, but only Congress can do that. It's like, I'm sorry, did you check who's president right now? I just want to know if you checked who is president right now. I don't know if you know this, but there have been like 30 Supreme Court justice rulings or Supreme Court rulings in the past year that are just, hey, Trump, you're not supposed to do that. That's like unconstitutional. And Trump just says, what if I just do it anyways? Then what? Oh, then you're going to do nothing. Oh, okay. Well, if you're just going to do nothing, then I'm just going to do it. All right, cool, great. Hi, Miss Denims. I'm a chatter who was born yesterday. You're wrong, actually. And now every single news network is calling it a fucking war. Rightfully so. Qatar has lost 17% of its LNG capacity for the next 5 years. Uh-oh. But I want to be able to destroy Iran without them fighting back at all in any shape or form. But the incident would be the first time Iran has hit a U.S. aircraft in the war. Started in late February. Both the U.S. and Israel are flying F-35s in the conflict. The aircraft cost upward of $100 million. Emergency landing comes as U.S. officials continue to claim widespread success in the campaign against Iran. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth said Thursday morning that the U.S. is winning decisively and that Iran's air defenses have been flattened. Classic winning decisively. Classic flattened air defenses is when you shoot and hit an F-35. God, I'm not going to lie. I had a dream. I'm not joking at all. Last night. This is what I woke up to when my alarm went off and I was like, it's time to stream. I had a dream that I went to dinner and Pete Hegseth was there for some reason. And he was like paying for this massive dinner for everybody. And I wasn't even hungry, so I didn't even eat anything. And then the next day I got, I was like, I'm just going to leave early. I left early. And then the next day someone showed up at my door and was like, hey, you owe us 40 grand for the dinner yesterday. I was like, but I didn't even have anything. Yeah, well, Hegseth isn't going to cough up shit. So pay up. I was like, I'm getting robbed. I'm getting robbed. And then I woke up and I was like, oh, that's just actually happening, just in the form of my taxes. Okay. Oh, okay. It's just steeping into the dreams. Yes, no escape. Not even my dreams are safe. Not even my dreams are safe. Yes. Yes. But that's okay, guys, because I want you all to see something very important that I will only spend a little smidge talking about for just one moment. You know, life might suck. It might be going down in a big way, but I'll have you guys know. Yesterday I hit slow. So I would say we're winning. We're winning bigly. We're winning so unbelievably bigly. Oh, yeah. So we're way the fuck up. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. So actually, we're up. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Didn't play it on stream, so it didn't happen. Fuck. Fuck. Hacking 100%. Damn it. Anyways. Holy tryhard. Boosted. Hey! Not boosted. I swear. Real, not boosted. Are you going to sock on? I'm going to procure you a glass of lava. All right? That is what I'm going to do. And carried by VO? No, unfortunately, I was in Solo queue hell. Solo queue heck. But we did it. Also, someone ran into me that knew who I was. Gulp. Gulp. No, dude, solo queue is like that one GIF. You guys, it's like, looks like an Animal Crossing character in a dark hallway. This is the solo queue experience. Oh God, yeah. But anyways. Can't believe Dennis is famous. They were like, Denim, question mark? And I was like, I thought that, because I was queuing so many games in a row, I was like, I thought it was just somebody that I ran into earlier. And I spoke on voice at the end of the game, and then they were like, Denim in chat. And I was like, oh. Whoop. But anyways, yes. But more important than all of that, chat, what you need to know, more important than everything else. Because I'm not a little bitch. Can I just say really quickly, I'm only like half joking. I gotta say. People who have their entire page private, boo. Cringe, boo. Yeah, I let it hang all the way out, okay? Because that's the aura. That's the aura play. But more important than that. What does this mean, chat? What does this say about me? What do you mean I ended the season with a 67% penny win rate? What do you mean?
Denims is streaming.
And then the Groot 67. Sorry, ignore these scroll good games. I whip her out when I'm just like losing my shit in the game. And it's like literally nothing is dying. We have 4 DPS. Like the game is over. Somehow we have 4 DPS and nothing is over. It's like, okay, no one is trying anymore. I'm not tanking for you freaks. That's okay. This game is lost. Some games are lost. That's fine. But anyways, yeah. So I'm thinking we're way back. We're way back. Yeah, I'm thinking we're back. Solo queue hell though. Every single one of these games, chat. Nobody wants to. I don't know how many people are playing in this game or playing in GM or whatever. Nobody wants to tank. Just every game is a struggle to get anyone to tank with me. Ugh. Just brutal. It's just like, oh, I guess I'll play Magneto by myself again. You like, I get into the game, 2 DPS click, 2 more people select DPS. It's like, very last game before when I won, I was like, Midnight, could you please play heals? I need this so bad. We can have. He was like, yeah, sure, but I'm swapping back to DPS if nothing dies. And then things died, and then he didn't swap for the rest of the game. I was like, yes. Taking is miserable? No kidding, bro. No kidding. But yeah, we had some games, quite some games yesterday. But we did it. We did it, and that's what matters, champ. Anyways. Moving on. Is being tanked just not fun or something? No, it just requires brain power. And a lot of people don't want to use any brain power at all. Also, you get CC'd like crazy. Ugh. But anyways. All right. Moving on. Do you see the new penny skin? Yes. I did see the new penny skin. All right. And I'm definitely copping that shit, by the way. Tanking is miserable. uh, real. They killed Captain Morgan. Dude, they took Captain America and they said not in Mamdani's America. Bitch. Oh, they made Captain America unplayable, bro. Unplayable. I'm sure people who play him a lot will still find a way to make him fun. You should play Overwatch. I have, and I agree. The tanks in Overwatch are pretty fun, but Overwatch just doesn't hit the same anymore as Rivals does. So, but anyways, what is this? What the fuck is? What is this? Afro man drops a banger before the. I don't know who this is. I've seen multiple people in chat bring this. I don't know who this is. I don't know what this is. I don't know what. I'm sorry. The story rules. You don't know? You don't know Afro Man? No. Afro Man just released a banger before the lawsuit against him goes to court Monday in Adams County, Ohio. He just released hymns of the police whistleblower a day before the lawsuit heads to court. Adams County sheriffs are suing Joseph Foreman for defamation, invasion of privacy, and intentional infliction of emotional distress for featuring them in his music video from the night they raided and vandalized his house and allegedly stole $400. The emotional distress for featuring them in the music video? In the new song and video, he calls the deputies out by name, packed with videos and photos from the raid and some AI to make it comical. He made the And Then I Got High song. Charlie video on it.
Man, I haven't had a giggle quite like the Afro Man trial has delivered. I have been getting tickled all day watching this trial and catching up with what I had missed previously on Dragon Ball Z from yesterday in the trial. It's just concluded, spoiler alert, Afro Man completely won. And I mean, it was a complete victory here. He got him with the Mortal Kombat fatality in the courthouse here. The fucking police officers that were suing him are licking the toilet bowl clean after he shit all over them.
Also, Dude, I feel like there's been an influx of poop jokes, and I'd like it to go back to the previous amount of poop jokes, which was close to none. If that's possible for us. Also, I'm so sorry. I missed these subbies. I apologize. Oof, thank you so much for the 5. Contra, thank you for the 6. And for the 7. What the hell? Thank you guys. Thank you so much. Sorry I haven't read subs at all today. And thank you for the 6 months. Goof. Evo, thank you for the 28. And Apollo, thank you for the 14. Me Crimson, thank you so much for the 7. O'Donnella, thank you for the Prime. Wednesday, thank you for the 48. Thanks, guys. Called Enshittification. Stop. The door is there. Stop.
I'll show you the clip of the ruling in a moment here. For those that don't know, Afro Man's house was raided a few years back under suspicion of kidnapping and narcotics. They found nothing. It was a complete sham. It was a load of barnacles. And Afro Man had security cameras set up on his property, so he caught all of this on film. And so he started to use some of that footage to make music, insulting them, ridiculing them, making fun of them, turning this misery into some boner jams for his art. And the officers that he has made songs about and made fun of got really upset. They got super sore about it, so they filed a defamation lawsuit against him. And the lawsuit has made it all the way to court, and now it's settled, but we got to witness what has to be one of the most entertaining court cases ever broadcast.
In my opinion, I fucked his wife doggy style. He said it like they were facts.
I don't know how the jury...
Oh my god.
Jury just didn't erupt into laughter numerous times throughout this case. There are so many moments just like that. So he has made a lot of songs and a lot.
You gotta watch the video that sparked the trial first.
Mama's living.
Not the fucking cop looking at the cake. He's like, oh, donut time. Oh, I love Candy Crush and sweets. This is amazing, bro. Oh my God. Oh my God. Wait, so are they suing because they got fat shamed or something? He made a ton of other songs about this. This was one of the other videos that he made. This is the deputy he's singing about in this song gets shown during the trial. Shown the song during the trial.
Mr. Pound Cake by Mr. Foreman?
Multiple times.
You
received hundreds of pound cakes at work
I receive hundreds of pound cakes at work.
from different people.
Okay. And the context of that name comes from a music video that Mr. Foreman created, correct?
I don't know where he got it at, but you'd have to ask him that question.
The Adams County Sheriff kicked down my door. Then I heard the glass break.
You would admit that you with the glasses walking by the lemon pound cake on the counter?
Yes.
And that is security footage from the search of Mr. Foreman's residence?
I assume yes.
But there's no question that's you during the search.
Yes.
And that's no question that's you looking at the pound cake wanting to eat it.
No, that was me, yes. Absolutely.
He played it in a courtroom? I can't believe that. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. No. Can we let's I can't believe I've missed this entire saga. Oh my God.
Lot of like clips all about this raid and making fun of these officers, and I can't believe at no point throughout this process did the officers think this is a bad idea. More people are going to find out about this, and that's exactly what happened. Huge Streisand effect here. So many people are learning about Afro Man and the new songs he made about these officers through this defamation trial that's gone to court. So now the songs are blowing up all over again. So like, will you repair my doors? Over 9 million views. Lemon Pound Cake is probably going to start charting on fucking Billboard at this point. This one's going nuclear right now. And it's in part a large thanks to these officers being such fucking bumbling, drooling imbeciles that they actually tried to sue Afro Man for defamation because he hurt their feelings through making fun of them in these songs. I gotta tell you, sports fans, if the officers were upset before, they're inconsolable now. Unless they have a humiliation fetish, they're probably not feeling too great about how this one's gone down, because everybody is making fun of them even more so now. And honestly, this whole case is fucking ridiculous. Like, anyone should look at this and obviously not be on the side of the officers here, because this is so absurd. Really, Afro Man said it best while in court.
Fact, they never should have came to my house in the first place. Fact, if they hadn't came to my house, they wouldn't have put themselves on the video camera and in my music career. All of this is their fact. All of this is their fault. And they have the audacity to sue me. These people and you are...
Listen, guys, unfortunately, or fortunately, I will always be in favor of content or just footage or any propaganda that makes cops look like bumbling idiots. We have enough propaganda out there in the world. We need counter propaganda. Okay? The more, the merrier.
The predators and the victim at the same time.
So what they did, searching your house.
One of the officers broke down crying while the videos were played on tape. No. Making your ops watch the video of you mocking them in court as they cry on the stand is a troll of a lifetime. Holy shit, these people are the biggest crybaby fucking bully ass most fragile ego losers on the planet. These people will fucking shoot and kill your dog, but God forbid you make fun of one of them once after they break down your fucking door. Oh my God. Jesus. If I was a juror, they'd have to escort me out from laughing my ass off. I wouldn't even be trying to get off that jury. I'd be actively trying to stay on that jury. And then I would just like let out the world's largest cackle. I'd just be like, and they'd be like, you got it. You know, juror number 11 out now. It's literally, I might be racist. Oh my God. Oh my God. I'm so sorry, Your Honor. I'm sorry. Oh my God. The jurors were laughing at him? No.
She raided my house. She disconnected my camera. Then she went down on my spouse. I just don't know what I'm gonna do. Y'all keep on laughing. She gonna eat your wife's food.
What was that like? She's gonna eat your wife's food too, or something like that? She's gonna eat your wife's pussy too. Oh my God. Can I say the audacity to break into a person's house and they didn't have whatever the fuck they raided his house for? And then he makes a comical video, probably to fucking repair the damage. At the very least, like, that's clearly this guy's livelihood. It only makes sense that he would use his livelihood to generate revenue, to make repairs for the fucking door you guys fucking broke down. And then sue him for defamation. That's amazing. That's literally amazing. You are laughing at body shaming. Classy. You are laughing at body shaming. Shame on you. Dude, there's this streamer who I believe might be that goes by Austin Show. I don't know if you know this, but he sometimes says the F slur. You should tell him that he says homophobic slurs and it is unacceptable. Bro, I'm not gonna step in on big violence, bro. I'm not stepping in there. That's not my territory. That's not my turf. Huh? A fat guy shaming a fat woman. I'm not stepping in there. I don't give a shit. That's not like, I'm over here, man. I'm over here. That's not my business, bro. That's not my, yeah, let me go walk over to every black person who says the N-word and let them know. Did you know that that's a word that's used derogatorily towards African American individuals? Let me walk up to every gay individual and be like, You know, you shouldn't say the F slur. It's a very homophobic word. Huh? Huh? The fuck are you talking about? Nah, he can say that. I don't watch him. Well, you laughing your ass off at it. Yeah, because it's funny as hell. You kidding me? Yeah. It's hilarious. Hello? Because it's fucking ridiculous? Yeah. And it's funny because it's a cop. That's the reason why it's funny. Because everybody knows cops only know how to do two things. One, play Candy Crush poorly somehow. And two, eat donuts. If you want to cry over your fucking piglets, go ahead and cry all you want. I'm not going to fucking shed a tear for them. Are you kidding me? You can go ahead and cry with Mrs. Piggy right here. Go for it. Have fun. I'm good. I'm good. I have tears to shed for other people that actually deserve it. Liberal. Liberal, 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 liberal. This is the same as with the cyber stalking of Zohran's wife and her saying N-word when she was 15 on Tumblr. I don't even know any of this shit. I just know that the only thing that they keep showing is that she liked some squirrel posts about Hamas or something, or about the Middle East. That's it. That's the only thing I've seen. And I'm like, don't care. Okay, I don't care. Oh no, you like this squirrel post. Okay. Based alert. Hello? Hello?
Wait a minute. What the fuck? Hey, that. Oh, this. I did a show one night, and this girl said, "Hey, I'm from there. I want to give you some sisters."
That's amazing, dude. That's so. And then she loses anyway. Oh my god. And then she lost. All right, let's continue. What the hell is it? Not liberal. Kiss my kiss my ass. You know, that's very harmful language towards other human beings. Did you know that? I don't know why you think it's acceptable to be so, you know, I don't know if you know this, but I'm a woman and you are using derogatory language towards a woman. You're suggesting that a woman should pleasure you sexually, and it's really offensive to me. Genuinely, like, it is so offensive. Like, you should be better. You know, how about you lead by example? You disgusting fucking pig. How about you lead by fucking example? Pig there meaning man. Okay? I can't believe you would ever sexually harass a random streamer like that. That's disgusting of you. Do you see how that's fucking ridiculous? Do you see how this is what you sound like? This is what you sound like. Oh my god. So stupid. I don't wear pride shit and pick on other members of society for size. I literally don't understand how you managed to rope in queer people into this statement. It doesn't make any sense at all what you're doing here. I don't understand. I don't. Okay. I guess bark for me is a pride shirt. I don't know.
Gave you the right to do everything you
Under the circumstance that I got freedom of speech, after they run around my house with guns and kick down my door, I got the
And there's no way that what he did isn't freedom of speech. I'm sorry. There's no way.
right to kick a can in my backyard, use my freedom of speech, turn my bad times into a good time. Yes, I do. And I think I'm a sport for doing so, because I don't go to their house, kick down their doors, flip them off on their surveillance cameras, then try to play the victim and sue them.
Amen. I think that about sums it up. He has the freedom of speech to make fun of these officers. They are public officials. They went onto his property, breaking his shit, apparently even disconnected some of the security cameras, which I feel like that should be completely illegal to disable, lawfully put up security cameras around one's own home. I think, and it seems court agrees, he was well within his rights to be making fun of these officers and using the footage of that raid in the subject of his songs, making fun of them, joking around, whatever he was doing with that music, using them. There should have never been a defamation case that went this far in the first place. But the fact that it did.
They also got caught on camera stealing money from his suit pockets, if I recall correctly. Ops? Being unethical? No.
Was a fucking slam dunk for comedy. So, let's dive into some of the highlight moments here from the court case.
So, you're claiming that is the defamation with your wife?
Mr. Walter.
You're solely being painted in a false light due to Mr. Walters saying he had sex with your wife.
Mr. Walters does have sex with his wife. Mr. Foreman doesn't.
Good catch on that.
Yeah.
So you're claiming that is the defamation statement, is that he said he had sex with your wife?
Yes.
Okay. And that's painted you in a false light?
It's caused tremendous pain in my life.
I'll get to that. We have to go through false light first. So does it paint you in a false light?
Yes, that my wife is cheating on me with Mr. Foreman.
But we all know that's not true, correct?
I don't know.
Why would you say, I don't know? Why would you say that?
Fucking plot twist of the century. Game of Thrones writers could never. The subversion of my expectations during this segment cannot be overstated. My jaw was on the floor. So I was already kind of giggly, kind of kicking my feet in my little chair when he was like, listen here, bub, Mr. Walters does have sex with his wife. Mr. Foreman doesn't. Mr. Walters, me, does have sex with his wife. Raw, if you needed to know. What you think of that, tough guy? Yeah. And then, when he's like, so, yeah, sorry about that, misspoke. So, the defamation is, Mr. Foreman doesn't have sex with your wife, and we all know that's untrue. And he's like, I don't know. The lawyer was stunned. Like, the lawyer just went radio silent, I think actually blue screened when Randy Walters, this is Randy Walters, by the way, I forgot to mention his name, star of Afro Man's hit song, Randy Walters is a son of a bitch. So he's now on the stand, and he had a crazy mic drop moment when the lawyer's like, and we all know the claim is untrue about him having sex with your wife, and Randy's like, I don't know. So it seems like he actually thinks Afro Man might have fucked his wife or something. So now he's on stand, and it only gets worse from here. It looks like he starts to get angry at his wife about the claim.
Wait, you don't know if your wife's cheating on you or not?
You want to go there?
No, I just want to ask that question because you said we don't know. I just
been with that woman since middle school.
I know.
I would hope she wouldn't. But you know what? Once somebody puts it out there for their fun and entertainment, it's out there. And it's a problem.
So it's something we cannot verify the truth of?
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. No, stop.
Is it a thing that can be verified, true or false?
Dude, just like literally, I have no words. I'm speechless. I'm quite literally speechless. If this was me, I would try to change my identity, get enough plastic surgery that no one would ever know who I was ever, move to a different country, and just start over. Like, I clearly fucked up bad. It's time to just transform into a new person. Change my name, change my identity, change my thumb-like stature, and go somewhere that no one knows me. Because it's just not. It's exit game new. Start new save, dude. This is so brutal.
Ask your client.
He thought he was playing chess, but he was actually just playing with his own butthole. I don't know what strategy Randy Walters was cooking up there in the noodle, but this is stunning stuff right now. He was giving him like a layup. He's like, all right, so the claim is untrue, right? And he's like, I don't know. I would hope my wife isn't cheating on me. We've been together for fucking years, but now that he's made a song about having sex with my wife, well, maybe he is. And maybe she's cheating on me, and maybe I hate her for it. We'd have to ask Afro Man about that. Because now it's put out there, and now it's giving me a lot to think about. Like, it looks like he starts to stew, like steam there about it. I really don't know what happened there, but oh my goodness gracious, when I tell you I was laughing, I was belly laughing when this guy started saying that. And you could hear the lawyer kind of switch on to like okay, this is weird, but I'll play along mode, where he's like, okay, so you're saying we can't verify whether or not this is like a true or false claim, it's not verifiable info? Because if he's going to try and say that this is defamatory and then turn around and say that he doesn't know if it's true or not, how the fuck can you say it's defamatory? Like, it's an outrageous tactic? I don't know what else to call it from Randy Walters here. It was mind-boggling.
She raided my house. She disconnected my camera. Then she went down on my spouse. I just don't know.
This really just like exposes cops as just being the world's biggest fucking cry bullies on the planet. Like, they're just so fucking pathetic. They're just so pathetic. Christ.
As you can probably gather from the song here, this is an officer involved in the raid. Her name is Lisa. According to Afro Man, she even disconnected one of his surveillance cameras. I bet she's really regretting not bringing a fucking EMP device there to blow them all out, so that way, you know, the songs never got made. But here she is taking the stand in court, and boy howdy. So they're playing the Lick 'em Low Lisa song, which is one of Afro Man's tracks dedicated to her. He made songs for like every single officer in the raid. So they're playing her song, her ballad, and she starts crying during it. And they play the whole song as she is like, you know, tearing up. I don't think they're legitimate tears. I think these are crocodile tears designed to try and garner sympathy from the jury, like, oh, look at the toll this has taken on.
This woman is about to go on her fitness arc next year. We'll see her doing bodybuilding competitions, mark my words. Given her hog-like stature, I would argue that she's going to be doing CrossFit the way that Marjorie Taylor Greene does it. Way more than the likelihood that she becomes a bodybuilder. Let's just be real for a moment. I mean, come on. Come on. Also, Joel, thank you so much for the 6 gift subs. What the hell? Thank you. Meek, thank you so much for the 32 months. Thank you.
So I think that's a little bit of acting there. And trust me, I know acting when I see it. I don't like to usually bring this up all that often, but I actually starred in the Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 1 as District 8 hospital helper. Not a big deal. I don't really think about it that much anymore. Point is, I know when someone is playing a character. And right now she's playing the sobbing, traumatized officer who is being unjustly made fun of in a song. A very silly track. Like, it's ridiculous.
Like, just think about the shit that random people on the internet deal with just for existing, by the way. Like, I'm not even joking. Just like, think about the harassment that, like, I don't know, anyone, even like, for example, Pokey gets for just existing as a human being on the internet. And I'm supposed to cry after these fucking hogs invade this guy's house, his private property, steal his money, and then have the audacity to cry victim. It's like, grow up. Oh my God.
They play the whole song too. They sit her right there like it's a fucking Fine Bros React segment, and they make her listen and watch the entire thing. I don't understand why, to be honest with you. I feel like he probably could have just played like the first minute, maybe minute and a half, and I think the message gets across. It's a song making fun of her. Talking about like how Lisa eats a lot of pussy and, you know, not taking her job all that seriously. Like, I feel like you probably don't need to play out the whole song, but the fact that they did is comedic.
I mean, they were just trying to cause maximum suffering in her.
Gold. So the cameraman even pulls off it there for a little bit just to show like the whole scene in the courtroom. And I'm very curious what the jury was doing. Like maybe they were stomping their feet and snapping their fingers to the track because it kind of makes you want to groove a little bit. It's got just like a real like classic feel to it. And then it pans to Afro Man. Somebody give this cameraman a raise. That is incredible camera work right there. As you can still hear Lisa sniffling and trying to get more tears out, it pans to Afro Man as the song is still playing, by the way, and he is just sitting there staring a hole through her. He is just unflinching, just staring at her. I erupted into laughter with that camera pan to Afro Man. And now, it doesn't stop there. As she's still on the stand, they didn't just play the track or anything. They also just started playing some clips that he made making fun of her. Almost as like a non sequitur. They just kind of pull it out of nowhere. Like, can you pull up another insult here real quick? This the jury's going to love this one.
Go to the next one. Which number is this?
Number 21, and it's a video.
Lieutenant, look at little Lisa. Stop looking at pussy back there. That's your problem. You always look at pussy and you don't even know how many pussies you licked. You don't even know how many video cameras you've disconnected.
What number? That was 21?
Yes.
Did you see that video when it was posted?
Yes, sir.
Let's go to the next one.
Yes, next one, please. They got a whole folder here to go through.
How is this shit real? How is this real?
They got her posted up there like it's a Comedy Central roast. They don't even like go in there and really talk about it all that much. It's just, yeah. Did you see this one when it was posted? Yes, Your Honor. Did you make sure to leave it a like and a thumbs up? Did you leave a comment as well for engagement? Okay, just checking. I'm gonna be honest. Like I get why it's there, trying to show like, you know, he's insulting her a lot or like defaming her by making fun of her a lot. But like, these are just short clips of him taking the piss. He has a right to do that. Like, all you're doing now is just showing a bunch of insults directly to the person being insulted and maybe making some people on the jury laugh. Like, truly incredible strategy, I've got to say. Again, like all of this hoopla with the defamation lawsuit from the officers have done nothing but further humiliate the officers and put a bigger spotlight on it.
Sean, you were called Officer Poundcake by Mr. Foreman?
Multiple times.
You
received hundreds of pound cakes at work from different people.
Okay. And the context of that name comes from a music video that Mr. Foreman created, correct?
I don't know where he got it at, but you'd have to ask him that question.
Okay. Well, I'm going to play what's marked.
Okay. Okay.
Stop it there. So you've seen Exhibit D, correct?
Mm-hmm.
You would admit that's you with the glasses walking by a lemon pound cake on the counter?
Yes.
To be honest, this is probably the best promo any artist could ever hope for. They played like all of his greatest hits here from this whole saga directly to the people he was making fun of and left
Exhibit P, pound cake,
in all of like the links and the promo and like the calls to action pushing to Afro Man's socials. Like, you could not pay for this kind of marketing. It's too effective. Like, oh my god. So they play the entire Lemon Pound Cake song to Officer Pound Cake, and they're like, yeah, so that's you, right? That's why they call you Pound Cake, brother. And he's like, oh. Like, oh, this whole trial was amazing. And thankfully, it has a happy ending as well. The cherry on top of the Lemon Pound Cake. Afro Man won. The First Amendment won.
In all circumstances, the jury finds in favor of the defendant. No plaintiff verdict prevailed. So the matter will be concluded with defense verdicts. Thank you, Mr. Klingler. Thank you, Mr. Osborne. Thank you to the court staff and the Sheriff's Department for security in the building. And we'll go ahead and stand in adjournment.
You love to see that right there. So they were looking for a lot of money from this case from what I can see online. Doesn't seem like they'll be getting a single penny. Nothing at all here except for further humiliation. What an incredible defamation case. Fucking goof troop here really came after him. Didn't work out. Those officers were really upset about the songs, and now they got a lot more to be upset about, I think. I had to talk about this. This shit had me laughing hard today. So, anyway, that's really about it. See ya.
How did I miss this story? I guess I'm just, my feed is all politics gay. I didn't even know that this was happening. That's amazing. Oh my God. It's been going on for years. Yeah, I guess I just missed it. I mean, to be fair, I guess there are people that come in chat all the time and say, you're still in a lawsuit? So I guess that makes sense. It's hard to keep up with everything. Oh my God. I mean, I didn't know that it was happening in the first place. That's amazing. That's incredible. I saw mentions of it, but I ignored it. It was a mistake. No, this is way better. Waiting until the ending? Oh my God. I'm glad I waited until Denims covered it. Yes. Yes. It was in 2022. Yeah. Hold on. With the trolling, stop. You're still in a lawsuit, girl, Denims? Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. My favorite is the people that say that, but genuinely, it's like, how long do you think lawsuits last? I don't know, Michael. How long did it last? 10 days? Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Yeah, I saw this. Oh, this post was just made yesterday. Zohran Mamdani's wife celebrated Palestinian terrorists, including plane hijacker and social media posts from early adulthood. She also boosted a post that said, Tel Aviv shouldn't exist in the first place. And it's her Tumblr where she retweeted or reblogged a picture that says, it's a woman in a kfiyah saying, if it does good for my cause, I'll be happy to accept death. And this is the example of the, I guess, pro-terrorist sympathy. Infamous Palestinian terrorist Lila Khalid under the username, where she retweeted under the username MashQ. Uh-huh. Plane hijacker did 2 hijackings, was released with prisoner exchange. Uh-huh. Okay. That's it. Late terrorists. Okay, hold up. In these posts, she celebrated other members of the terrorist PFLP as well in March 2015 when she was 17. New York City's future first lady, reposted a tweet on International Women's Day praising the terrorist Shadia Abu Ghazali. Shows her leading a PFLP figure who participated in the bombing of an Israeli bus and led several other terrorist attacks posing with a rifle. She was killed in 1968 when a bomb she was building in her home, which she intended to use to blow up a building in Tel Aviv, exploded accidentally. This late terrorist is considered a martyr in Palestinian society. First Palestinian woman to fight in resistance after 1967 occupation. Do the people who make these stories know that they make these people seem more sympathetic? That they're actively making Zohran's wife more sympathetic? Oh, when she was younger, like a decade ago on Tumblr, she reblogged posts about how Palestinians fought resisted colonialism. That's it. That's okay. All right. Got it. Absolutely not. They're completely echo chambered. This is just hey man, whatever, I guess. I don't make the rules though. I guess. This is their idea of a takedown of a vicious, evil person. Uh-huh. It's viable to bring up old tweets. Let's run back every single Republican racist, transphobic, homophobic, Islamophobic tweet well, you have to understand Islamophobia is okay, which is why representatives and senators are Islamophobic on Maine today. Joel, thank you for the gift up to Veggie. Toru, thank you so much for the 34 months. I literally pull up any Randy Fine tweet from today. Yeah. You guys remember when Ted Cruz tweeted porn? I think it was that he liked porn and he didn't know that it was public. On 9/11. Oh, God. Her boots are $300. Like, don't get me wrong. $300 is definitely expensive, but those are not, $300 is not luxury boots. How much are the price of Docs? Like 200? A pair of good boots, a pair of nice good boots are like at minimum $100, if not closer to 200. $300 is just like good quality boot. That's not luxury boots are like thousands of dollars. That's what luxury boots are. Luxury boots are thousands of dollars. I have $300 boots for work. Like, I know this is going to sound crazy. It snows in New York, 16 inches. Cloud. Like, huh? Cheap boots are like $60, and like cheap boots don't necessarily ensure that you won't deal with like breakage later. You miss New York City? Are you kidding me? Hell yeah, I miss it. Minimum like 1,500 starting for luxury. I would argue like at minimum like 1,000 starting for luxury. I couldn't believe that story. I couldn't believe people were like, her boots are $300. Someone quickly. Please. Please, someone please. $300. It's like, okay. For good wool and real leather steel toe boots, they're minimum like $150 to $200. It's like, again, it's like, that's not even like an absurd price. Again, it's definitely on the expensive side. 300 is definitely on the expensive, but it's like the same thing with coats. Like you can get, I think, a nice winter coat for like $100 if you're really lucky, but it's closer to probably $200. But you could easily end up spending $300 on like a nice winter coat that you have for like a decade. And it would be worth it in the long run, especially if it's like, obviously if it's good quality. Because then you just have this coat that still holds up and looks, I don't know about you guys, some of the clothing that I have, some of the coats that I have and the boots I have had them for years and they still weirdly look brand new. Like literally brand new. Because I ponied up $100, $200 or whatever when I first bought them. Because quality items will last longer than if you pay like $40 for a coat. If you pay $40 for a coat, you wear it like one winter and it already looks like shit. If you can believe it. This, I have to say, this is like, is there a bigger L than to be this account? To look up to a sexual predator. Bro got rape tone as his profile picture, bro. You already lost. Nothing you say is valuable at all. You provide literally nothing to society. You are a disappointment to every family member you have ever had and ever will have. Forever. You're another person that needs to just create a new identity, change your name, get some plastic surgery, move to a different country and start over. Just reset that one. Okay, because clearly you fucked up big time in this one. You gotta go again. Gotta go. Reroll your stats. Reroll them. You see Riptone suspended from YouTube for 1 week. Do nothing. Win. Man, that's actually sad for you. Dude, seriously, like go restart your life. Go restart your life. There's still maybe hope. Shaming someone for like $300 boots is crazy. As a rape tone enjoyer is crazy. My $700 winter coat has lasted me 10 years so far, is still in mint condition. Well, yeah, again. Like I said, like you can definitely end up overpaying for something, and it's possible that you can get the same coat for like cheaper that'll last just as long, but it's like, I don't know, it's just quality items just cost more. This is just about the cost of being poor. Do you know how good it feels to buy a quality item that still looks amazing 5-10 years later? And you just I have certain items that like they literally still are. I remember the first time I like really paid what I felt like was an expensive price for socks. And my socks, normally socks do not look, I feel like you wear socks for like 2 wears and they look disgusting and they're covered in lint and they've got like the lint balls all over them. I'm like, what the fuck, dude? I just got these. And I splurged and I got these nice wool socks and they literally look exactly how they looked when I bought them a year ago. I'm like, what the fuck? I didn't know you could find socks that last. What the hell? Whoa. Wool socks are so good. Highly recommend getting some nice wool socks. Also, lesbian hot sauce. Thank you for the raid. Welcome, raiders. Welcome, welcome, welcome. No, I'm serious. Let me. That's okay. I don't have them on hand, but I have these wool socks that like actually are really nice. And they were like, I don't know, like 5 times as much as what like normal socks cost. But they're still really nice. Aren't wool socks super itchy? They're not itchy for me. I don't know. I think low quality wool tends to be, but what I have is pretty good. Anyways, the point being, this has been like how many cancellation attempts on Mamdani's wife, and they've all been like terrible. I'm just highlighting the worst one, which was the $300 shoes one. I will tell you, as someone who's bought shitty like $40 boots in New York, I'm not joking. And I thought I just had like these monstrous hobbit feet, and that's why it was happening to me. But apparently that's not what it is, because once I splurged, it's not, sorry, the thing that was happening was in the middle of the shoe, the sole would like literally crack. So like the rubber on the bottom, the sole literally would crack. So there was like liquid getting into my shoe in winter. Socialism is when you buy from the TikTok shop to save money. And I was like, no. And I would get boots that I really loved, like visually, like they were great style. And I was like, dude, maybe I just have like fucking hobbit feet that are just destroying everything I own. Oh my God. Like at the ball of your foot? Like, no, right in the middle. So like, you know when you lean over or like crouch to get something and your foot kind of does like, maybe I should draw it. Or maybe there's a visual crouching tiger, hidden dragon. Why is this a Google search that's being recommended to me? I've never looked at this ever. Okay. So I just picked up a random stock photo. You know when you do this and then like your shoe bends? at the bend mark, my shoe would like keep cracking. And I got like 2 or 3 boots for like $40, and it would crease and it would crack the sole after enough wear. And I was like, this sucks. Like, it must be my damn hobbit feet. People will avoid bending so they don't crease their nice sneakers too. Yeah. But then I bought like a nice, I would say $120 boots. And they were just rain boots. And they were like, they stayed brand new for years. I think I eventually lost them somehow. I don't know how. I think when I moved, I forgot to take them with me. But over 5 years, they were brand new. I was like, what the hell? And then I was like, well, maybe there's like some other applicable boots that I can get. And I got these like nice like leather boots. 5 years, still brand new. It's like, boots can just do this? They can just last for years? You can just have boots that last for years. Hmm? Didn't know that. Interesting. I'm from Canada. Decent winter coat is a must, bro. Yeah. But anyways. Y'all are sick. All right. Thrifting boots is a pretty dope feeling. I haven't thrifted shoes before. Anyways. There are nerds on Reddit who talk about this stuff all day long on Buy It for Life. Dude, straight up, I'm a big believer of that shit. Another item, can I say? May I suggest for a brief moment? There's another item that often goes overlooked. Vacuums. Vacuums. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I feel like growing up, my family would go through vacuums like it was fucking, I don't know, milk. And after any period of time, suddenly, like, the vacuum just sucks. And there's nothing, sorry, it doesn't suck is the problem. Actually, excuse me. And you can clean it out, and you can clean the pipe, and you can clean the tubing, and you can change the bag, and you can clean the like little roller, and you can do a full clean, and it still is not sucking. It's not suck, gluck 3000 anymore. And it just blows, actually. And I was like, I'm not living like this. This is terrible. When I buy a vacuum, I am going to splurge, and I'm going to get a vacuum that will last me for life. Because I am tired of this stupid bullshit because there's something particularly aggravating. I don't know if anyone else feels this way about a vacuum that doesn't fucking work. Because it feels bad to throw out a vacuum that kind of works. But every time you use it, you fucking hate using it because it doesn't actually work. It just removes like half of what's on the carpet. Hot take, vacuums are the first default to enshittification. My Grammy still has 2 vacuums from like the 60s and they work like new. I'm going to be honest. I saved up. I was like, I'm going to save up. I'm going to scrounge up my pennies. Okay, this is so worth saving up for. I don't want to go through 20 vacuums. Because the worst thing too is you buy all these fucking vacuums and then the cost adds up to more than what a good vacuum would have cost you in the first place. And you've just been suffering the entire time. So anyways, I saved up and I got like a $500 vacuum and it is still brand new. Like, don't get me wrong. Sometimes the roller gets filled with like hair. And then I like go in and I clean it up and then it's brand new again. And then it's fucking brand new again. I'm like, wow, I've never had a vacuum that's lasted this long before. This is so crazy. Drop the brand. This is just the one that I like. It's a Sebo Dart. Sebo Dart. Did you see Trump's comment about Japan and Pearl Harbor? We had the unfortunate pleasure of watching it live. That's just the brand. I'm not sponsored. I don't know. I'm not sponsored. So I don't know what the company is like. I don't know if it's a good company or a bad company. I'm just saying that's the company that I liked. That's the one. If you can find a janitorial vacuum, those things are awesome. Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, I don't buy the lightweight vacuums. To be clear, this vacuum, it's not heavy, but it's definitely, it's not one of those light vacuums. Like, fuck that. No. Mine is a Shark. Shark is like 50-50. Some of their products are really good. Some of their products kind of suck. I've had a Dyson for over 10 years. This one says it's $650. I think I got it on a sale because usually these products go on sale every once in a while, especially like occasionally. I'm not going to lie. There are sometimes good Black Friday sales. Sometimes. So I think I might have gotten it when it was cheaper than that. But yeah, it's a thick vacuum, but it fucking works. It works. This is just it's just the cost of being poor. They're investigating now, Denims. Anywho, yeah. Shop vac as house vac club. I can't comment on other vacuums. I have nothing to say. No comment. No comment. Faxed. Stop. Fact. Stop. Well, maybe one day media will correctly criticize Mamdani's wife for literally anything that makes any sense at all. And not, oh yeah, well, pays a lot for products that last, and she's in favor of candidates or in favor of, not candidates, excuse me, historical figures that the left predominantly doesn't despise. Huh? Breaking news, New York City mayor recall campaign succeeds. Mamdani is officially replaced by wife. Oh, God, dude. Jesus. Fucking Christ, bro. Stop. Can someone please explain to me why this shit shows up on my fucking timeline? This is someone else reposting some shit from Instagram. I think my Instagram algorithm might be the worst on the platform. How different UFC characters would react to being turned into a My Little Pony character.
Different UFC characters would react to being turned into a My Little Pony. Thicket! I'm a damn pony now!
Conor McGregor.
Ugh, what am I gonna do and how am I even gonna fight? At least maybe me and Princess Luna can discuss the mood together. What did you do to me? Whatever. Send him 2-3 years every free forest, he will forget. What the heck? I'm a pony?
What the fuck is playing in the background? Nah, this is for me. Dude, people always be like, oh, I want a weird, quirky girl. And then when a weird, quirky girl shows up, they're like, you're fucking weird, bro. Now, some of you are real ones, okay? But some of you are not real ones. Now you're watching it, so you're going to get way more of it in your feed. The algorithm has spoken. Oh, God. All right. Sorry. Oh, we didn't even get a chance to talk about this. I wanted to talk about this. I have a lot to talk about on this topic. Wow, today was I feel like my Thursday streams are the most like chaos streams where we just kind of do whatever the fuck. Yeah, I want to do a full segment on this. I want to do a dedicated full segment and take my time. I'm not sure if any of you saw it, but was it NVIDIA or I think it was NVIDIA. I might be mistaken about the company. They released DLSS 5. where you could turn it on in games to make the games look better. And it basically did like AI rendering on top of models that didn't need AI rendering. They did it to Grace, and they literally just made Grace look like everything that Grok has ever made. Announced releases at the end of the year. Like, I don't know. Actually, you know what? We'll do it right now. Actually, I feel like covering it today, right now, so we're going to do it. Announcing NVIDIA DLSS 5, an AI-powered breakthrough in visual fidelity for games coming this fall. It infuses pixels with photorealistic lighting and materials, bridging the gap between rendering and reality. If you turn on DLSS 5 on Zohran, he turns into his wife. That's actually true. I don't feel like saying DLSS every single time, so we're just gonna say off and on. Are we serious? Are we serious right now? Who asked for this? Who? Literally, who? I just want to know who asked for this. I don't want this. It looks like shit from a butt. I don't. And they all look so like weirdly textured and like greasy in a way that I don't like. Like they have all this, I don't know how to describe it, but it almost gives them this like mud smear on their face. Like it looks like they're in the trenches or something. I don't know. I don't like it. Like this guy has the mud smear. It looks like they're sitting in a fucking trench in wartime. This is so shit. This is so shit. Oh, it's so nasty. This has so far been the only one that's looked remotely good. This is the only one that's been even a lit close to mildly good. It's a different guy though, but it changes their faces completely. I mean, yeah. I mean, this is not like, I'm sorry, what is this? This is not the same character. This is literally, it's not even, it's a totally different face. This just looks like every single woman that is generated by Grok. You're just like, Grok, I'm lonely and my wife left me. Can you give me a wife? And it just makes this every time. It's horrible. 250/90s required for that? No, but like genuinely, like who, I'm curious who the target audience is for this. I think the football and soccer ones might be so close because it's a real person, so it might just actually be the guy's face. Yeah, that makes sense, actually. That one makes sense. That it would just be stealing the guy's actual face from photographs, which is the only reason that it looks good. Whereas the other ones are like, they're generating something new, which is doing weird things to the game. It's just not good. I just really, there are a lot of decisions that are made, I think, especially in gaming, where I think everyone collectively says, I'm sorry, who asked for this? Who asked for this? Like, do you guys remember when Diablo was like, we're doing a mobile game? It's like, why? Crowd boos. Okay. All right. Don't you people have phones? It's like... All right. Continue selling us shit that nobody... Continue selling us garbage that no one asked for and nobody wants, dude. Yes, please. More trash no one asked for and nobody wants. Compare the soccer one to his actual picture. I don't know soccer players. That's the guy in the front, right? I'm not trying to be... Okay, that does say his name on it. Anyways, yeah, I gotta say, out of all of the decisions NVIDIA's made in the past, I don't know how long, 5 years? By far, the most disappointing so far, I think, obviously, besides the ties with AI or whatever, has been the DLSS 5. It's just... way to destroy, like, an original creation from somebody else. Ugh. Yeah, some people have been... Look how they massacred my boy, PS1 Hagrid. I mean, people have experienced this with, was it the Oblivion remaster? It was a remaster from Bethesda, some Todd Howard game that just works. And people complained a little bit about the remaster because the remaster kind of removed some of the soul that was originally made with the original character. And it worked, like, with what they had. And when they added more polygons and they added more textures, it kind of ruined what was originally there. Removes all the charm, which, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying all remasters are bad. I'm not saying, like, changing things doesn't improve them. Like, let's just be real for 2 seconds. League of Legends, great example. That game looked like shit. That game looked so ugly for the first, like, 5 years of its existence. It was disgusting. It was such an awful creation. And they actually, like, gave it so many visual updates. It actually looks good somehow. I'm actually kind of crazy. It still looks bad. Well, it's just bad is the problem. It's bad to play. The remastered already gets so much lighting wrong. Yeah, yep. But other games, I think Resident Evil 4 remaster was pretty good. I think it just depends on how much soul is going into, like, every single part of the character or, like, every part of the visual design. But anyways. That, I think, is the final thing that I wanted to cover for today's stream. We didn't really get a chance to go over a lot of the war stuff. I apologize. I feel like Thursday streams, I tend to be a little bit more all over the place. I'm just having too much fun. I am going to be back again tomorrow. Maybe we can have a gaming stream tomorrow. Start up a fun little, I'm going. We can do a little Resident Evil. Maybe tomorrow. And unless something comes up, which I will tell you guys tomorrow morning. I will know for sure by tomorrow morning. With that in mind, I am going to head off. Please have a great rest of your day, everybody. Stay hydrated. Tell your homies that you love them. And I will see all of you guys tomorrow, everybody.